I think that's something that I take a lot of pride in, training hard in the off season, getting bigger, faster, stronger. I think I tell Jeff Hobbs the same thing every off season when we've been here together the last 2 years. So how I train, I'm not worried about. If I'm going to be ready, I'm not worried about it. Hopefully everything works out that we don't have to worry about anything like that.
And do you feel like you put a ton of work in, you put a lot of production in? How important is it for you to be recognized maybe as one of the best edge rushers in the league? How much is that?
Recognition's not something I'm chasing. It's not. I think I've made my statements clear. Security is something that I value, and telling my wife where we're going to play. Those are the things that matter to me. I can't talk about statistics. I can't talk about recognition or anything like that. I think when you get those things, it's an honor and a privilege, and I'm blessed to have some of the accolades I do, but I don't chase those things. So.
What's the conversation been like with Al as you kind of try to figure out what the defense is going to look like from the floor? How much have you talked to Al and get a feel of kind of what he wants the unit to look like, what he wants your role to look like this season?
Yeah, in the short time I've been in these meetings, it's been encouraging. I think he's a very wise coach. He's been here before, so nothing but respect for him. And moving forward, we'll see what transpires. So I think that's been, 5 minutes? So maybe one or two more.
Have you noticed there's been a lot of talk, Trey, about the energy of the young guys, the confidence of the young players? You've been around, I know, just one day. Can you sense it? Can you notice what the defense is putting out there as far as their energy level?
Yeah, I think a ton of raw talent. When you see guys with the athletic ability that they have and the tools with not only the coach's scheme and how they fit within it, I think it's really exciting, like we were talking about earlier. So I have confidence in them and what they can do. I hope that I can give them something that I've learned in the past in the time I'm here doing whatever this is. So.
The front office is pretty open about saying we want to give him a raise. Like they're not always as vocal about that kind of stuff. They were with you. What does that mean? How did you interpret that? The fact that they were pretty open about, listen, we know he's outperformed his contract. We want to make that happen.
Yeah.
What was your response when they said something like
Well,
that?
I've played the last 4 years and represented this ownership wherever I've gone. On Sundays, I'm wearing stripes. So that's something that for them to talk about me in a high regard is a special thing. If you told me that when I was 18 years old that would happen, part of me my heart would be warm. Circumstantially, I'm more excited at getting something done. But as we continue to go through this process, I plan on handling it with respect to Zach Taylor, to the 2025 Bengals, and not being a distraction in any way, shape, or form.
All right, thanks, Trey.
Thank you.